Today's guest is David Ferguson. David is the Managing General Partner of Vengrowth Private Equity Partners Incorporated. And he's one of the founders of the company, and he's a venture capitalist with over 20 years experience. One area that you guys specialize in is in labor-sponsored funds. How long have they been around?
Well, the concept of the Labor Sponsor Fund was first introduced in the province of Quebec in the mid-1980s. The idea sort of migrated to the province of Ontario, and the very first Labor Sponsor Fund was offered in 1989. So it's been around for, going on 17, 18 years.
Okay. And how do they work? Why are they called that?
Well, they're called labor sponsor funds because there is a professional association or a labor union that will sponsor the fund. But basically what a labor sponsor fund is, it's a mutual fund that makes venture capital investments. And again, venture capital investments are just investments into earlier stage companies, typically companies that are not listed on a stock exchange. So these are private companies for the most part.
Okay. And how much would you invest into a company?
In the case of Vengrowth, we would invest anywhere from $3 to $10 million as our initial round of funding. Now, venture capital investing is known as patient capital. The whole objective in venture capital investing is to take a younger, smaller, emerging company and help grow it to a size and a stage where it might go public on a stock exchange, and then we can, once it's public, we can exit our investment, or to grow it to a size and stage where it's of interest to a large strategic industry player. So Cisco or a Microsoft or an Intel might come along and buy that company to gain access to that world-class technology. So venture capital investing is known as patient capital. It takes a lot of money and a lot of time to get that company to that point where it's now mature enough where we can exit and realize the profits for our shareholders.
There's another success story that you've invested in. It's featured in our local paper here quite often, and that's the Greenfield ethanol plant that's being erected here in Johnstown. I know you were involved in that. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. And I think Greenfield is a perfect example of one of the things that you really need in venture capital is foresight. So when we invest in a company, it's really with the view that we have to look forward 6, 7, 8 years to what's going to be needed by the marketplace. What's not going, it's not an issue about what's needed next year or the year after. You have to really have some foresight. So this is a company, it's one of our oldest investments. The company approached us in 1996. At that point in time, they were doing about $30 million in revenues. And they approached us to invest in the company as part of an investment syndicate, really to build a large ethanol plant. And their view was that ethanol would make a perfect fuel additive. It had a number of benefits that it could bring to the oil industry. And we believed in that vision. Today, the company is doing in excess of $400 million of revenues. It's Canada's largest producer of ethanol, and the biggest market for it is as a fuel additive. They're just in the process of constructing 2 more plants, one in Johnstown and the other in Hensall. And when those plants come on stream, that'll produce another 400 million liters of ethanol. And again, will again have a very significant boost on their revenues.
Will that double their revenues, would you say? Or
yep, pretty much double their revenue. So
and that should increase their stock value as we go forward.
Yes, I mean, this is a company that would be, is a perfect company given its size, its profitability, its market positioning as an IPO candidate. There really isn't, if you're an investor and you want a way to participate in the ethanol market, unlike the States where they've now had a few companies that have gone public, today Greenfield is still a private company, but this is a perfect opportunity to participate in this sector.
Well, that's great. Now, I understand there's tax credits associated with
Correct,
this?
Yes. The reason why the program was set up in the first place was really to increase the amount of capital available to entrepreneurs, just to have more capital available for funding businesses. And that's one of the biggest challenges that entrepreneurs have in Canada or any country is just access to capital. So what both the province and the federal government do is they each contribute tax credits or incentives to investors in these programs. An investor in a labor sponsor fund, depending upon the type of fund, can receive a tax credit of either 30% or 35% on their investment, up to a maximum of $5,000.
That's the $5,000 investment.
Correct.
So basically it means an additional tax credit being $1,500 and $1,750.
That's exactly right. So one of these investments, they are RSP eligible. You can invest $5,000 into a labor sponsor fund through your RSP. In addition to getting the normal benefits that would be associated with making an RSP contribution, the government will write a check, essentially. Both governments will write a combined check of either $1,500 or $1,750, again, depending upon the type of fund.
Okay, I know on our website we've got some schedules that show different rates for different people.
Right.
I think it's with the RSP contribution, you can actually, your net investment can become quite low if your income's up there.
Right. You can, if you're in the top marginal tax bracket, if you bought a fund that qualifies for the higher tax credits, you can actually make a $5,000 investment for a little under $1,000.
Wow.